Hello, 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 good morning and welcome. You are on the mountain with Rick, and it is time for some new games. But first, coffee, food, Chipotle! Yo, 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 what's good? How y'all doing out there in Twitchland and or YouTubeville? What? Yeah, yubbity yub. Messaging the co-host back and admiring this sandwich. Mm-mm. No, sir, I do not hear you, but I know why. All right, now I hear you.
1 2 1 2 check check.
Now I hear you.
Nice. How you doing tonight?
Pretty good. Sorry about that. We muted you last night because you fell asleep and started snoring on Holozor's stream.
Oh my god, I know. I was wondering, did I fall asleep?
Yeah, and Holozor was like achievement unlocked. It was brilliant. it was wonderful, and it was awesome.
Did someone clip it?
Maybe, I don't know.
Oh my god, I love it. Like, at some point, Halzar was talking, and it was so relaxing, and I was like laying on the floor, just holding the computer, and I just like, I'll just turn over and rest my eye.
Oh yeah,
Man, this dude needs to read audiobooks. He could get so damn rich.
No, I don't think he could.
Was
Because one book would be all it takes for anyone forever. You don't get rich by making happy customers once.
I know. You need to phase up. Burn after reading. Damn. So what's going on tonight?
New Game Tuesday.
It is New Game Tuesday, which was started on Monday.
Yep.
Are you playing the Suns? What the hell is Medterra?
What the hell is what? Oh, this is random ass Brave ads.
Oh, I see.
Wait, yeah, no, New Game Tuesday is tomorrow, isn't it?
Oh, you say Monday?
It is Monday night, yeah.
So what happens on Mondays?
I don't fucking know.
It says something about chit chat, I think.
Yeah. So whatever. What's on your mind? I guess that's what's going on tonight.
Well, I formally quit NFTG yesterday.
Okay.
And I am very satisfied about that decision. Hold on a second. Sorry, dude.
All good. I'm gonna go ahead and launch these guild battles. Let's see if
Oh
we can
yeah.
bring it home.
Apparently, a few of mine were fought today. The bot decided most of them.
I did mine before the bot was a thing for me, but her thoroughly won that one. So currently we are 2-1 with 1 to go. We will be at least 50%.
How come you only play 4? I play 9.
It depends on how many people join the fray. I play alpha beta phrase.
Okay. Yeah. That makes far more sense. So Rick?
Yeah.
Ricardo?
No.
I want to build an empire.
I'm aware of this.
And I think it can be done. I think it's been done wrong elsewhere. I think Splinterlands TV is a good model of how you can do it right. But, of course, it's very niche.
Flawless
on one game.
victory.
Damn fucking right.
Todd's rod ain't so long after all, huh? Todd's rod ain't so long after all, huh?
No, exactly.
So were you on in Splinterlands TV when we actually pulled our rewards?
I don't know. What were the rewards?
I'm gonna just pull it up and show you.
Oh, you got
Oh
another
no!
legend, right?
No!
What?
I just hit new focus instead of details. I just threw away 14 chests.
Oh my god, dude, that's annoying.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, there it is. Boom! Boom! 2 barrack snake eyes.
Is that good?
That's a legendary, so yeah.
Well, 57 merits. Nice. Where you 100 merits? Very nice. What did I get yesterday? I know I got 2 fungus fiends, but it's the card you don't want to upgrade. I got. Tell me this is good. 3 fungus slingers, 1 coastal sentry, 296 merits, 2.2 splinter shards, 5 gold potions, 3 legendary potions.
Okay.
In silver 1.
That sounds pretty decent.
Okay. I honestly don't have a baseline for reference. This is my first night in silver 1. You know what's crazy now, though? That I gave the bot that 200 DC budget. He got me right up to the tier I need for gold 3, but I don't have enough power again.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I don't get it. It seems like the drawing lines are pretty arbitrary.
That's why they're getting rid of card power.
Oh, they are. They're replacing it with staking.
Yeah, the guidelines, like, it's been acknowledged for a while that the card power was not effectively doing the job that it was designed to do.
Oh. Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. Wednesday, dude, is the Nova Pangea PFP drop.
Oh, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So where do I need to go for that? Do we already have a website I can bookmark, or?
Well, they're going to be on Atomic Hub, I think. I believe. For the first, these are the founders ones, like the super expensive ones. The regular PFPs are coming in a few weeks. They're only going to be 20 founders for each realm, and I think they're like $170 or something.
Yeah, never mind. Notify me on the next round.
Yeah. You can also get a custom one. Oh, I am now a wax ambassador.
Congrats.
Yep. First part of the plan, dude.
Yeah, I need to get Dragon Memory registered and whitelisted and all of that jazz.
Man, getting it whitelisted for a game is hard. Sorry, I'm talking to Creati. Do you mind, like, if I just hang for a few minutes?
Not at all. Of course, you can also bring him in if you want.
I think he's busy. Oh man, we got some exciting shit coming over at Nova Pangea, bro. Damn.
Anything you can share?
The PFP launch is on Wednesday.
Anything you can share that you didn't already share? If not, that's fine.
No, I can say it this way. I don't know if this is announced yet, so I can't say this, but my PFP will not be amongst those shown on Wednesday. It will be a blank PFP.
Huh.
It will, however, be shown at a later date. Meaning
there's going to be subsequent options offered on later drops that you're going to have access to.
No.
Meaning you already have yours and you got to design it?
It's a lot closer. But I don't have it.
But you got to design it?
No comment.
I'm just glad to know that that's actually possible because I totally want to do that for my PFP for Race for Dragon Memory.
Never told you it was possible, did I? I said no comment. But I can tell you this: the Nova Pangea artists based in Brazil, Colombia actually, are super fucking talented, and yeah, they're really good at kicking direction, man.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That actually reminds me. So I have reached a decision with Nova. Since my click discipline is not as good as it was due to, work and sleep and whatnot.
Yep.
I am actually renting out both of my buildings and paying to use my dudes when I do.
I don't understand what that means.
Like, my dudes are not in my buildings. I'm renting out my buildings.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, you're
And
renting out your
then
buildings or your
I'm
land?
just, using other people's buildings for whatever. Like, I've actually had my dudes out doing food and building materials this last run.
Oh, nice. Well, I mean, honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. I think it comes about even, no?
I mean,
Because you're getting
it's
that.
hampering my growth, to be sure, but...
Hmm.
I mean, it would absolutely be better to be just doing that, but I'm not on every 12 hours.
Yeah, and that's a crazy thing considering how much you used to click. Like, I don't even click every day, dude. But and I mean, I have 50, 60, maybe 100 skilled workers. I don't even know at this point. Like, it's kind of nuts.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! No, that's the one I just did. Wake up that one. Wake up!
So Ricky and I are talking taco venues too, and if you ever get one, let me know, because that way we're going to coordinate so we don't have the same venues, so that we can craft ingredients for each other at cost, so that we don't have to pay the VIG on the upgrade NFTs.
Okay.
Which is actually a really good system. Like creating a little cartel.
You're creating a little cartel.
Yes, man. So I had this idea wherein, hypothetically, a network of the type like Splinterlands TV / NFT Gamer TV would have ownership shares, not in terms of ownership per se, but in terms of voting rights, held by streamers and held by the public with a limited initial release, very low price for people who might want to buy in, and with each subsequent release of the voting shares being higher in cost. And the voting shares would be associated with special giveaways, decision-making power in relation to the channel, as well as other things like just basic governance and accountability to the community, as opposed to, for example, a certain channel taking 50,000 wax from a game called Mining Architect and then shilling their shit, even though it's basically a rug, and their actual miners in Iceland are not even covering their operating costs. When Discord messages come in, they fucking come in, don't they?
I guess I wouldn't really know. I don't tend to get very many Discord messages. When I do, they're typically spam.
Do you try to avoid Discord messages like the plague, though?
I don't really try to. I'm just not very super active in Discord, so I don't tend to get a lot of messages. Like, I talk to you, I talk to Holozor, I talk to a few people. Like, I have conversations, but I don't really get messages, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, to be completely honest with you, I feel like I get too many.
Yeah, that's why I don't really do Discord. Like, there's just so much fucking cool shit and so much shit, and it's just too fucking much. It's like, no, I can't keep up with all of this shit.
Well, I can't either, but how do you coordinate stuff without Discord?
Leave the channel and forget about it.
So are you saying you're not a big fan of doing administrative work, Rick?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm not a big fan of trying to keep up with everything that someone else is doing.
Yeah.
Or everything that everybody else is doing. Like, there's the key projects and whatnot that I'm there, but also because there are so many of them, none of them get the attention that they deserve. Your Discord does not get the attention it deserves from me.
It doesn't get the attention it deserves from me.
Exactly. That's the problem.
I'm running the fucking thing.
Mine does not get anywhere near the attention it deserves from me. Like, and that's the problem. That is exactly why I don't really like Discord, because it's just too goddamn
I do feel like
much.
you do use yours to good effect.
Do I?
I tend to think so. I mean, in as much as, the channels that don't exist are serving their purpose.
The channels that don't exist are serving their purpose? Well, okay, yeah. But my counter argument would be, I can't be using it right because I'm not fucking using it.
But you kind of are, just very inconsistently.
Okay, fair.
It's like, I was in there and I was like looking at your, in the channel that doesn't exist, I was looking at the spreadsheet that doesn't exist with the layout that doesn't exist, about the UI that doesn't exist.
That stuff doesn't exist either. That's, like, it's the door is definitely there. It's just closed.
Yeah, exactly. I like to think of that as something that doesn't exist. So I am now a wax ambassador. But what does this mean?
What's this? What does this fucking mean?
I have no clue. I have 16 points. And I know that if I get to 100, no. If I get to 2,000 points, I can either claim free wax token or a bronze wax ambassador badge. Oh, wait, no, I'm not a wax ambassador yet. I'm a wax ambassador once I get to 2,000 points. Okay, that shouldn't be too hard. But what's really funny is that it really seems like most of the wax ambassadors are more focused on getting free tokens.
What's really interesting is actually the fact that you're looking into that.
Well, in discussing the absolute shit show that is the project I quit yesterday with the previous person who held the position.
Oh, wax ambassadors is one of their things. It sounded like it was a wax thing.
No, bro, no. The person who used to hold the position that I was thinking of holding is a wax ambassador and was telling me about the program and how it's a good way to bring positive change to the blockchain. And I actually think I agree with them in that respect.
Gotcha.
It's like working from the inside to whatever.
My cards are rarer now. Value just went up. Thanks. That's the keyword on Splinterlands.
Oh, what is it now?
My cards are rarer now. Value, comma, value just went up. Thanks, THX.
Who the fuck put this thing? Probably gonna be late for the giveaway.
Probably if you're just getting into it now. But maybe not.
My cards, and there's a commercial. My cards are some guy just misspelled it. Rarer now. Value just went up. Thanks.
And just so you know, it's not case sensitive.
No, I know.
Okay.
But I walked the grid. I don't know if we should tell. We can't tell him. He put a space between his rare and his R.
Yeah, I know. That's not his first time typing it in. He's good.
Okay. I kind of know the guy. He's okay. I think he's...
Walk the Grid is one of my favorite people.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, am I confusing him with someone else? Because if he's misspelling it, I feel like you should know.
Walk is the one that gave a bunch of Splinterlands TV streamers land for Christmas. I was one of them.
Really? That's really cool of him.
Unfortunately, I ended up having to sell it because rent. But
oh, how much was a land worth?
I got $1.30 out of it.
How much is it worth now?
That depends, because now you can know a lot more about your land.
And what are lands going to do exactly?
A lot, but in a large part it goes into creating the second phase of the battle, which is the item and spell cards, which is all going to be created off of land and land resources. Hello, Holazor. Let the whale sounds commence.
My good Holazor.
I don't want to. I've got you on my laptop, so I've got some background noise while I do some work.
Alrighty.
I'm working as well. I can't believe I fell asleep last night.
He got on and he pops up in my chat. He's like, "Can you hear me?" And I'm like, "Oh, no, I cannot. And I know exactly why. Let me go fix that real quick." You are muted in the channel, sir. Ah. Funny times.
Well, I had to come and remind Rogue that I sent them to sleep last night.
My God, dude, as you were talking, I had my laptop on me and I was talking into like the mic as if it was like an old school news anchor thingy. And I decided, it'll be fine. I'm just going to turn over onto my other side and close and rest my eyes for a minute. And you blissfully just put me to sleep, bro.
So something funny just happened. And by funny, I mean absolutely fucking terrifying.
What's that?
Oh, you already know about this. I was telling Hala.
Oh, okay.
So I logged in and I went to show Prime my rewards from yesterday. And I went to click on the details to pull it up, the show yesterday's thing. And instead I hit the new focus and not thinking I confirmed. And I threw away 14 chests.
You can do that? That seems like terrible design.
Yeah, that's terrible UI design.
Yeah, I threw away 14 chests and I had like half an hour left to claim them.
Can I just tell you guys about something that is like a massive disconnect for me? I live in the Canadian province of Alberta. And I'm on Twitter right now, and one of the trending topics is AB, the abbreviation for Alberta, AB Storm. I knew it was raining earlier, but I'm seeing like pictures of uprooted trees and people flash flooding with people in kayak. Wonder where this is happening. Oh, and I'm in the danger zone too.
So you're saying you didn't evacuate Katrina?
This is no Katrina, boy. Hopefully, it'll put out the fucking forest fires. I mean, would you rather?
Australia's like that too. It's like, hey, look, there's a massive fire. Oh, look, there's a massive storm. I sure hope those floods put out the fire.
Right.
It's like Canada and Australia are the degen colonies.
Well, yeah.
So, Rick and Halsor, have you ever heard, and I guess because I'm going to say it in French, you're going to say no, but les filles du bas du fleuve?
The siege of somewhere?
The what?
The siege of somewhere?
No, les filles.
The sea. What the hell is the sea?
Les filles, the girls
Right.
of the king.
Oh yeah. That's Australia and Canada, right?
Well, I don't know about us, but in Canada, a bunch of trappers came to settle it, right, and steal land from the indigenous peoples, as you good folk did in Australia as well. And what happened is there were no women in the colony, so the colony could not reproduce, there could not be babies made. So the king of France at the time, this is in pre-revolutionary France when Quebec was founded, picked up like, I believe the number was 300 orphan girls who had hit, the age of probably, 14, whatever it was back then.
I'm going to pause you right here and just say the monarchy, the original human traffickers.
Yeah, pretty much. But the myth is actually cooler than the reality because, so there were 300 of them, and they're coming from the east to the west up the St. Lawrence River. And rumor has it that the pretty ones were taken off the boat first. So in Quebec, there's this running gag that girls that live in eastern rural Quebec are prettier than girls that live in like Montreal or, Hull, because of the fact their ancestors were taken off the boat earlier. Totally logical.
And I say this with the biggest shit-eating grin. And what are your ontological observations of this?
Probably based partially in fact, albeit the epistemology of my ontology is rooted in subjectivity.
Oh, are we back to y'all's proposal? Okay.
No, I took the half-baked draft of what we wrote, Prime, and I integrated it into my Peak D post of the stream recap that'll go up in about 6 or 7 hours or something like that.
Can you drop me the link to your Peak D and DMs?
Yeah.
It's peakd.com/@Holazor.
I thought it would be that, but I'm not going to remember otherwise. So he'd be doing me a great service by sending it to me.
I'm not saying I'm not guilty of the exact same request. I'm just saying, like, that one's easy.
Hey, Rick, can I have yours too?
I'll give him yours, Rick. At least I can type it.
It's funny because I'm literally like on a Peak D right now, so like I'm looking at it. It's literally peakd.com/@leveluplifeph.
How much money have you guys made on Peak D?
I don't know. Go look at my wallet.
Maybe a penny or two.
Don't ask me questions blockchains can answer.
Don't ask me questions blockchains can answer. I fucking love it.
Bruh, I'm raging against the machine. I'm raging against AI integration. Oh, did I also tell you, Rick, or not, that I was going to run for Wax OIG?
No. First I've heard of it.
Yeah, I decided that today. Completely related to yesterday's shit show. Yeah, so I'm becoming a Wax ambassador and running for OIG in a race that I know I will lose because it is completely rigged by the guild and completely corrupt. But I'm running. I'm running, bitches.
Kevin keeps running, running, and running, running, and running, running, and running, running.
Nah, man. I wouldn't have trouble with the piss test, but my knees. Is that a reference that neither of you got?
No.
You take an arrow to them?
Can you say that again, friend?
Did you take an arrow to them?
No, just football, like the proper football.
Yeah, not the one that you trip over and spend the next 3/4 of a lifetime writhing in abject misery.
Yeah, it was funny though because I played that football informally during lunch hours at school, and I was so much bigger than the other kids that like I would just run with the ball, and sometimes I'd have like 4 to 5 of them hanging off of me. And
Yeah,
we just,
that was my experience with Australian rules football as well.
oh yeah, isn't it kind of fun? Doesn't it make you feel powerful?
Yeah, it does.
Don't you wish you could still do that?
It's like, what do you mean, wish I did that 3 times on Tuesday?
These days they'd be hanging off your back, but hanging on with knives embedded in your flesh.
Fair point. Very.
No,
very
I'm just going to go back to the whole Plato and Aristotle of going the new generation is so much less respectful than the old generation. Just going to continue perpetuating that.
I've heard, and apparently I'm an elder millennial. I don't. I think you're probably about the same age. And Rick,
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, you got 3 years on me.
I'm 3 years older. You mean? Check.
I hear you.
Okay.
And that's what I took it as well.
For a second.
So we're apparently elder millennials, is the term that is used to refer to us. And are we more respectful than the younger generation of millennials? Because they apparently do things very differently than us.
I'm at the point where I am incredibly, incredibly blunt. So I finished doing up my new website last night.
Which is actually quite lovely, mind you.
Oh, no, not the one I shared with you. I've got a different domain that I will upload a new site to where I'm testing.
Shit, you think I showed you my good shit?
So this is what I wanted to share with you guys before Rick's stream, because I'm incredibly proud of this little piece of creative writing, unlike what we produced last night.
Please, go ahead.
So
it's not my stream, but please go ahead.
I'll have to tell you that there's strike through throughout this, so there's bits that are crossed out. So hello, strike through. Douglas Adams here, and strike through. Just kidding. It's Steve, your friendly neighborhood photographer. I've been snapping pics since before my face could sprout hair, and I take inspiration from the theatrical and dramatic paintings of the pre-Raphaelite artists. I'm obsessed with light, and I never settle for mediocrity. Now, let me be real sincere with you. My mind is like a runaway train, careening with visions that often derail. A constant battle between pursuing perfection and just getting the damn is strikes through, shot. I'm always yammering on about the properties of light in any given environment, but somehow I manage to capture images, begin strike through, that my portrait subjects absolutely adore, end strike through. I love what I do, even if it means I'm constantly appropriating the broke artist's life. But hey, I've got a master's degree in visual art and design to back up my passion. So at least I'm not just some random man from the internet with a camera. I've got 3 of them. Here's the thing. I'm not here to make a fortune. I'm here to work with you to create something truly unique and special. And yeah, if you want to give me some cash in exchange for your image, that'd be great. But whether you're paying me or not, I'm always down to collude and bring your, except the Y in your is crossed out, so it spells our, vision to life. So don't be shy. Confidently fill out that little form below with all the reasons we should create magic together, and let's get started. I promise I won't ignore your inquiry unless I'm elbow deep in a pizza or tinkering with some new lighting equipment. There's also the chance that I'm being held by a captive feline master, and perhaps one day I can escape. Please help.
Are you in any way at all interested in lighting by any chance?
I am very interested in photographic lighting.
Is it just photographic lighting, or all lighting, or lighting writ large, or
Just the properties of light and how it behaves in the environment.
He's particularly into gaslighting.
Hmm.
You know, you just get that if it's purely gaslit, it's a blue illumination, and if it's uncleanly gaslit, that's where you get the orange and yellows and reds.
That's actually quite interesting to know.
Yeah, a blue flame means total combustion.
Have you ever gaslit a photo?
No, I value my lungs and the lungs of those that I'm photographing.
Is there ever an instance in which you might use the appropriate safety equipment to gaslight a photo
Yes,
if it was to produce art?
I would love to use some of those old timey magnesium tube flashes that actually explode.
Oh yeah.
That sounds cool as hell. Yeah, I'm with you.
The old style flash tubes, which are basically little magnesium sparklers.
That sounds hella dope.
Kind of like disposable film, but disposable flashes. Kind of like, you know, if you were to say, right, hello, I'm your photographer, and instead of using a flash gun today, we'll be using this military grade flashbang.
What's more valuable, your Splinterlands collection or your photography collection?
My camera and lens collection is worth probably a third of my Splinterlands collection.
That's what I figured, because at some point, like, I mean,
At some point, you have enough lenses.
No, you never have enough lenses, but you tell yourself, okay, I have enough lenses now. Or you crack one while you're traveling, right? Or maybe that's just a me thing.
Well, I did drop one in a cave many years ago, and it never quite worked the same after that.
I cracked one of my fish eyes. But I mean, I'm not a good photographer or anything like that. In fact, I'd say I'm pretty shit.
Well, my whole shtick with this new stuff is that I'm going to be passively, aggressively with everybody.
Okay.
For every reason.
For a what reason?
For every reason. Because I just can't stand people that, like, aren't direct anymore. I think as I get older, I have less and less space for people that waffle.
You must love postmodern poetry and literature.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It must really be your thing.
One of the words I hate the most is modernity.
How do you feel about proto-postmodernity?
I feel proto-post-fuck yourself.
How does one proto-fuck themselves? That would imply an attempt at fucking them.
No,
Okay,
it clearly meant to fuck yourself with a proto-post.
Yes, I want you to not just fuck yourself, but precognate or precognitively fuck yourself before actually proceeding to go do it.
That sounds somewhat unpleasant.
I want you to think about it.
Okay.
You know,
so you want me to proactively...
Just as modernity challenges the very nature of what it is to be man.
Yes. Hue. Don't forget. You need to put the hue in parentheses before man.
Yeah. I guess.
I mean, you are politically correct, right?
Look, this world is too woke for me.
Oh yeah, me too. What is one word you wish you could say that you can't say?
One of the words that I like the most, just because of the way in which it rolls off the tongue. It's not a very nice word to use in many contexts, but the word vulnerable, just the shape that your tongue makes when you say that word, there's something
Vulnerable.
delicate and beautiful.
What? But you have a different accent than I do. So what shape does your tongue make when you say vulnerable?
I don't know. It's like a rolling wave crashing against the shores of oppression.
Because when I do say vulnerable, my tongue presses down and makes kind of like a U indentation side of itself.
I think the Australian tongue goes a little bit in reverse of that.
Ah.
Because it's vulnerable.
Yes, it sounds like you're speaking Norwegian right now.
Yeah. I am clearly a Norwegian man trapped in an Australian man's body.
You could be, to be honest with you. To be completely truthful. What in the holy fuck? Right.
What's happening outside your window in the middle of Stormville?
I don't know. It's pretty dark outside. Can't really see. Sometime I'll probably go put some nicotine in my body outside, and I'll know at that juncture. I'm trying to figure out what's happening with this computer. Oh my god, are you kidding me? Did I just have to press some button for the screen to start? Or is that not going to work? What in fuck's name is going on? I did something to this computer. I don't know if I disconnected the cable or if I put it to sleep mode or what. Something annoying.
I often have that happen to me. Then I realize my mouse is switched to the wrong option.
Oh, because, yeah, we were talking about your mouse yesterday and how you could toggle it from PC to PC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so can I, but right now I'm using two mouses.
I have 2 mice on my desk currently as well. 2 mice for 3 computers.
I have 3 mice for 2 computers. One of them, I don't know what it is. Oh, 2 of them are probably for the same computer, though. Why is it not booting up?
It has 1 mice for 1 computer with 2 screens.
You know a word I wish I could use in this overly woke world? Cunt.
Oh, that's used extensively in the Australian vernacular.
Right, but the Australian vernacular.
Yeah.
I mean, you can call your friend a cunt.
You can use it as an endearment. You can use it as an insult. You can use it as an expression
profanity.
of
oh, you cunt! Yeah.
Like one of my really good close friends, who was having a breakup with his partner, who also happened to be the mother of his child. And he was looking at going and getting like full custody of his child because he's the one that was working a full-time job, had money, had accommodation, all that sort of thing, while she was not doing these things.
Mm-hmm.
So he wanted to go seek out legal aid and everything, and the lawyer that he spoke to was basically like, sorry, you're a dude, you're probably going to get nothing.
Yeah.
And good game. So I just asked my friend very seriously, well, did you pull down your pants and show him your cunt?
And that was friendly Australian humor, right?
And that doubles as me also calling him a pussy. So, you know.
Oh. Yes, it does.
That's that is the way in which someone who was one of the 2 best men that I had at my wedding acts.
Are you allowed to have 2 best men at your wedding?
I was allowed to do whatever I wanted.
How many maids of whatever did your wife have?
She had her sister and one of her friends.
And they both played equal roles? There's no hierarchy?
Not really, no.
I, at the wedding of my sister-in-law, was not best man, a groomsman. But it was made clear to me that I was only a groomsman because of my wife. And we were privileged to be on the second of the 3 steps, which is very strange. Huh.
No, No, we got married in an unconventional manner inside of a planetarium.
Well, that sounds nice. I like that. Seems romantic.
To the words of Carl Sagan and other astrophysicists and whatnot.
How many people were there?
Probably about 30 people.
And had you rented out the entire planetarium, or did you just crash it?
Yeah, no, we rented out the whole place. They didn't know what to charge us because they'd never had a wedding there before. So they were like, $500. And we're like, sure.
Hey,
Look, $500.
Yeah, that's pretty cheap.
Considering when we went there to go see a planetarium show, it was like $40 per person, and we had 30 people crammed in there.
Oh my god! You got a really good deal, bro.
We got an excellent deal.
I love it. I absolutely love it. So now I think I just lost all the work I've done so far tonight.
You didn't do any work. Don't lie to yourself that way.
Tell that to Yo Creati from Nova Pangea when I meet him tomorrow. Supposed to be here writing lore, dude. Lore. That thing you read to me that night.
Oh, whatever it was. Yeah, I can't even remember.
It was Lobsterdamus's lore.
Well, that's right.
I have to write chapters 4, 5, 6, 7, and oh. And the fact is, I actually enjoy writing this stuff. But so it goes.
I enjoy writing actual nonsense.
Yeah, no, one of the things I have to do here is actually stick to rules.
I'm like, too heavily influenced by the likes of Douglas Adams. So all those absurd similes and absurd descriptions.
And I presume you focus heavily upon the light.
Not necessarily in my writing, just in my vision.
If you had to choose between a game in which you can play the light realm, the shadow realm, space realm, earth realm, water realm, or time realm, which realm would you pick?
Time.
Good choice. It's the one that sold out first.
Well, time is governed by light. That is how we measure.
Holy shit, we haven't taken that into account in the lore.
Because I love the inherent sort of confoundment that people have where it's like, what do you mean people could tell the time by the shadows on the sundial? What?
Oh, shit.
And it's kind of like, well, that burning orb of fire that happens to be in the sky every now and then is what dictates the cadence of our everyday lives, but a physical object is not time, yet we reference time on the basis of us moving around this object. So to me is incredibly puzzling that, you know, we can have the physical phenomena of time or duration, I guess is probably a better word. It's governed by a glowing orb of fire.
Yes.
It's highly, like, I'm no quantum physicist or astronomer or anything like that, but it makes me feel as though the human race is very, very primitive.
Are we not, though?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Agree or disagree with the following statement? Love is just an economy based on resource scarcity.
Rick, you've got that proposal open on your stream. He's asleep. We put him
No,
to
I'm
sleep.
not now. I was, though.
I'll sleep on stream too. It's not just me.
Oh, I have never claimed to never have fallen asleep on my stream. It has definitely happened many times.
Average host Discord channel requires 100,000 staked SPS.
I am the Sandman.
Hmm.
I am Neil Gaiman's fictional character.
Rick, how much staked SPS do you have?
16K.
And that's a lot in relative terms, right?
I mean, it's not a lot to Holozor.
Holozor, is Splinterlands a game or an investment?
Look, at the moment, it's something that can potentially keep me awake at night.
Oh, okay.
In terms of the whole, like I was saying on my stream last night, which you may or may not have slept through, politics has an incredibly elegant way of getting people to vote against their own self-interests.
Oh, yeah.
And I see exactly the same thing happen in Splinterlands proposals, and I think we should be better than this.
Yes. Yes, we should. People should educate and inform themselves. But sometimes, I'll be honest with you, I vote on proposals with my very limited, 1,500 SPS on the basis of the title alone.
Yeah. It shatters my ideal model of democracy in my mind that anyone can propose a policy. Then you have experts in that field, bona fide experts, not appointed experts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Splinterlands model is ideal in any way, shape, or form. I think the DAO model in general is not ideal.
It can be, but it needs to be backed up by objective facts, as opposed to I think this because this, and it being
right. But if you're in a decentralized autonomous organization, who are you to tell someone else what they're to base their whatever is on?
But there should be a certain standard.
Well, I think there should be no fucking idiots allowed in the fucking DAO. I mean, that's my honest opinion.
It should be a rigorous. Anything that goes into the DAO for voting should first have to be peer reviewed
by non-DAO members.
Then it wouldn't be peers, would it?
It could be if they were in another DAO, a better DAO. There could be a ranking of the DAOs premised on meme generation, perhaps.
Well, I actually saw a thing, an event locally last night while I was finishing my website, which was about DAOs.
Yep.
I think it's in 3 or 4 days at some pub in the city here. And I'm like, I feel like I should just go and be a fly on the wall and see what other people truly think of DAOs.
What I so far think about DAOs, given my limited experience with them, is that they can be used to launder money. That's for charity.
Every fucking thing can be used to launder fucking money.
Art does this, charity does this, restaurants do this, literal laundries do this.
Oh, when you say mineral laundries, do you mean
no, literal.
Literal. Oh, literal. Yeah.
Tattoo shops are another place where money is very fragrantly laundered. Perhaps not as fragrantly as the laundromat. I'm sure tattoo inks have an aroma. I wouldn't know. I don't have any tattoos.
I don't have any tattoos. Rick, do you have a tattoo? I think you do have a tattoo, right?
I do not have one tattoo.
Rick, you have
I,
several tattoos.
I
Yes.
want to get one tattoo because there's a joke I always make with new people that I meet. And I tell them that I'll show them my massive Yakuza tattoo. And, threaten to take off my shirt and show them my massive Yakuza tattoo on my back. Except what I want in really small, really plain text, just somewhere on my back, the words massive Yakuza tattoo.
I like it.
And then to make it up to the tattoo artist who thought they were going to get this massive commission, I say, it's okay, guys. We'll do a full sleeve, and then on one of my arms to again write in really small writing, full sleeve.
It's like you could do the same thing with massive cock. You want to see my massive cock? You pull your sleeve up slightly to show your bicep, and it just says massive cock in the tiniest letter. Will that consist of sexual harassment or not?
Yes.
I'm actually not taking the piss here.
Yeah. I wish I had a friend who had a sense of humor like me and was also a tattoo artist.
And who's willing to get a tattoo?
And who was willing to do this to my body without me giving them money, because again I must appropriate the poor artist.
Is the money the prohibitive factor in relation to you getting a tattoo?
Yeah, probably. The other thing is I'm a very hairy man, and tattoos do not put on hairy men.
No, they're not. I mean, I'm pretty naturally coated everywhere except my upper arm, really. I don't know why there's no hair on my upper arm.
You see, the reason why my back is such a prime candidate is because I actually don't have a hairy back.
No, I do. I let Meredith shave it once. Because she really, really wanted to. Never again. Never, ever again.
Imagine it would have been annoyingly itchy as everything regrew.
Oh my god, it was horrific.
Just the worst.
I was about to make a very un-PC analogy.
Speaking of subjecting expectations, the other day I had a friend come around and she and I made a garment that I'd been wanting to make for a very long time. You know, the sort of stuff that like grandmas wear, the old flowery blouses and all that sort of thing.
Like a muumuu.
Sure. I don't know.
Does that word not exist in the Australian vernacular?
All I'm going to say is I'm going to send you an image on Discord of the garment that I made.
Yes. Are you wearing it?
Oh, I've got a photograph of me wearing it. I'm not wearing it currently.
No, I meant yes.
Actually, I'm going to send it to Rick first because he came up on my quick Discord share first.
What? Know your place, bitch.
There you go, Rick. There's me in a tank top that I made with my friend, except observe the fabric. And observe the pale, pasty fucking arms.
Yep.
I am sending it to you now, Rogue.
Thank you, sir.
I dig it.
So, yeah, I wanted to subvert people's expectations and be like, yeah, I'm basically wearing a tank top made out of the most unexpected fabric for a man of my stature.
That looks like a pretty nice garment, to be honest with you.
Yeah. We whacked that together in about 2 hours from the bare bolt of fabric.
It's a nice looking fabric. It looks like something you'd buy at a nice shop.
Yeah.
Wow. Very well done. I mean, I see absolutely nothing wrong with it. I look at it and, to be honest with you, I'm like, it does not look out of place. I'm sorry if that's what you were going for.
I don't know. The whole idea is the whole, look at this manly looking man wearing a thing made of flowers.
Right, but I mean, have you never worn a flowered dress shirt or a button down?
Oh, I have.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is that like there's something about the baseline color, that grayish blue, that betrays a hint of masculinity. But oh my god, our upper arms are like the same. Our tan ends at the same place. There. Goodness gracious, God Almighty. We might have been cloned from each other, Holazor.
Perhaps.
I was about to say that maybe we were long lost brothers, but I believe that would bring disrepute to your mother, so I apologize for even having that thought.
No.
Oh, my father is quite the prick. If he's still alive.
Mine is not. Mine is in a hole in the ground.
My grandmother and grandfather raised me and are both in holes in the ground, and someone like said, fuck your mother to me at some point, and oh, my mother's also dead. And I was like, well, you're going to have to get a shovel, dig about 2 feet, and good luck lubricating those ashes, mate.
When I first met my wife, she was like, "You've met my parents. Now I need to meet yours." And she's not met my mother because my mother has no interest in meeting someone who's not a Greek Orthodox girl.
Oh boy.
So, you know, but I did take my then girlfriend to go meet my father, and she's like, "Oh my God, I'm going to meet your father." And then I took her to the cemetery and we found his gravestone.
Harsh.
You told her nothing is there?
I don't know why that woman is still with me, like all these years later. Like I have the most macabre and intensely dark sense of humor.
And when she saw you pulling up to the cemetery, did she not think face?
I was like, he's in here somewhere. This is the last place I saw him. And then she finally clicked and got it.
Oh my goodness. And how did you explain your mother's disinterest?
Basically the same way I explained it to you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did your mother not even show up to the wedding?
I'd never invited her. She doesn't even know that I'm a married man.
Oh, wow. Mine doesn't either, but mine died before. So,
well,
I mean, that's fine.
She does not deserve my happiness. Let me put it that way.
Nor does my dead mother.
Wow, we are cut from the same cloth.
I mean, I am this. Both my parents left when I was quite young, and my mother went on to have either 7 or 8. I don't know, children with 5 or 6 other men. That's fine in and of itself. That's not the issue. But I never really saw her ever. And then at age 16, I just said, well, fuck this. And I didn't. And she did not make any effort whatsoever to reach out to until one of my half sisters, who I only met via fake randomly, was like, you need to go see mother. She's very sick. And I'm like, no, mother's a cunt. I said it nicely. And then she was dying, and people were frantically calling me that her last wish was to see all her children together, and I did not go. Because you know why I didn't go, Halzar?
If I was in the same position, I would be unable to let someone in that position die peacefully.
Can you repeat that one more time?
I would be unable to let them go gracefully.
So you would not go either?
Only because my presence would upset them further.
Even if they were saying they wanted you there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes what people think they want and what they actually want or need are not the same thing.
Very true. I would say this, that the true reason I didn't go is that it would have been just completely dishonest and disingenuous. I mean, to be completely frank with you. the day my grandmother died, October 16th, 2016, it was very strange because I had a feeling that she's been in the hospital for about a month and a half with a terminal brain tumor. That long, but so I mean, I had a good feeling at the end. And the nurses were just like saying, no, she's probably gonna live a few more days. I'm like, nah, she's gonna die today. But there was also a soccer match going on that day, and I was very torn because I'd been at her bedside for a very long time, but like I really needed to get out of there. I was having panic attacks and shit. So I decided to. I told my grandmother in her coma state, and I actually feel like, I don't feel like this is supernatural. I actually feel like she heard me and thought she was doing it. Because she used to watch my dog when Meredith and I went out, and I told her, Nana, can you please watch the dog? We have to go to the soccer. So we went to a soccer game. We even won something where we got into like one of those luxury boxes and had unlimited free alcohol, although I did not test or drop. I did, however, eat like 12 hot dogs, but I digress. And then we got back to the hospital. She still wasn't dead. So we went to go see my grandfather, who was her husband. And we brought him because, again, I was convinced she was, about to die. She was starting to get the pooling of the blood and turning a bit pale, and the skin was cold, et cetera, et cetera. So circulation was diminishing. I was super, super convinced she was going to die. And the nurse is like, oh, no, you know what? I would bet my career she's not going to die tonight. So I'm like, okay. And I leave, telling my grandmother I love her because I think she's going to die that night. And we drive my grandfather the 25. No, we go have a donut first. And then we drive my grandfather to the care home that he had to be in at that moment. And as soon as we get back to the care home, my cell phone rings, and it's the nurse sounding very timid, going, Mr. Duska, is there any way you could come back to the hospital? And I'm like, okay, did she pass away? And the nurse is like, well, I wouldn't want you to rush here. I'm like, well, if she's dead, there's no reason to rush, is there? And the nurse was like holding back her laughter, but also quite embarrassed. And then I drove back to the hospital with Meredith and my grandfather. My grandfather was suffering from dementia at that time already, and the story's almost over. And my grandmother, I'd never seen a dead person who wasn't like in a funeral home before, had turned yellow by then already. And apparently it's a thing in the Catholic faith to take a photo of a dead person. So I did that, and I accidentally scroll through to my Google Photos every once in a while, which is macabre. Members of the family asked me for said photo, so I guess it's right to take it. And then I was like crying like a little baby, because that's just what one does. And to end the story, my grandfather, who has had the dementia, was like, I don't know the degree to which he understood what was going on, but he's like, he said, bye, Joan, and he like kissed her corpse, I think. I might be misremembering this, but in fact, I do remember is then he was like, okay, can we go now? Like, I'm just like crying, trying to say goodbye to my grandmother on her literal deathbed as she's dead. And he's just like, can we go? Can we go? And he's like getting really like insistent. And I'm just like struggling not to explode. And yeah, sorry, that was a long story.
Yeah, no, I could probably understand where your grandfather rather was coming from in that scenario, because it's kind of like, even if he was suffering from dementia and not entirely there in that moment, you'd still be like, I don't want to see the lifeless husk of my wife on a bed here. I want to remove myself from this situation as quickly as I can.
I never saw it from that perspective because they didn't really like each other at all.
Oh, okay.
So that's possible. I mean, my grandfather and I were very closer than my grandmother and I. And he had once told me, and I quote, God damn, it used to take an appointment to fuck that bitch. And that made me uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think like the intercourse and reproduction was perceived to be much more transactional in that generation.
Oh, very much so.
People
My grandfather
in
and I.
that generation slept in different bedrooms, in different beds.
Mm-hmm. My grandfather had the theory that my grandmother was a lifelong lesbian. I think we put Rick to sleep again.
No, I'm fighting it off. I might just stop fighting it and just lay down and let y'all fucking still talk. Y'all are
we just
entertaining the
need
stream far more better than I would, anyways.
we need a
Yeah.
podcast of the three bearded men, and we just talk about this random crap.
The most random shit possible, and we could have like we could expense some very expensive bottles of. I mean, I like scotch or wine, whatever your preferred poison is, and it could be expensive.
That's a lot of water. It's a
drink water?
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Do you think that other beverages are inefficient?
No, I used to thoroughly enjoy all sorts of alcoholic beverages. But my father was a very heavy drinker, a very heavy smoker, and that probably contributed to his early demise. He perished, I shall say, when he was 49.
Yikes.
And I haven't had any alcohol since October last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Way to go.
Is this something you're trying to maintain permanently, or is this just...
Yeah. I think there's maybe one occasion that I'd drink for, and that would be if one of my close friends was to get married and have a bucks night, so I could get revenge for what transpired on my bucks night. It's the first time in my life I was ever blackout drunk and cannot remember anything beyond a certain point, only from the recollections of those around me.
Oh boy. How many drinks do you think it would take you to achieve the necessary degree of inebriation?
Well, it's hard to say because it went like this. We made a pre-mixed, sensible rum and Coke and vanilla and like various spices and all that sort of stuff. And my drink kept getting topped up every time I wasn't actively monitoring it. So I don't know exactly how much I consumed. But I do remember what led to the pre-blacking out. We were playing poker, and we were doing the whole everyone who loses a hand has to take a shot of vodka. And my friend kept pouring shots of vodka, and I kept consuming them. The moment he put the bottle of vodka down, I downed the shot. And I think it was probably 5 shots of vodka in less than a minute.
That's a lot of vodka in less than a minute. You're a large man.
I am 6'2" and between probably 100 and 120 kilos, depending on how much pizza I've had the previous day.
So you are slightly smaller than Rick and I. Although Rick here.
I would definitely say shorter, not smaller.
Right, yes.
I'm fucking Twiggy Mc fucking sticks in the wind over here.
Like
140 kilos and 6'3".
So you would be wider and broadly shouldered than I.
Yeah, no, based on that full body picture, most definitely.
I'm slightly taller, and yet I'm 160 pounds.
How do you stay at 160 pounds?
I could give you a piggyback ride, Rick.
Yeah, probably.
No,
Actually, I'm like between 160 180, normally more on the 180 side, which is good because I hate being 160. But
I could literally carry Rick, do the fireman carry. I know I could. I might even be able to throw him across the room.
I also know that I could fireman's carry both of you guys. That's not impressive. That's why it's a fireman's carry. That shit's fucking easy.
Wait,
No. I could very comfortably and easily use Rick as a squat rack.
Yeah. For example,
80 kilogram squats are like my baseline workout.
my leg press, unfortunately, it's measured in pounds, but I max out the machine, which is 600. So I could presumably do. I would need more than 4 Rick to do my leg presses.
I just think that the leg press is a really underrated exercise because if you ever have a flat tire and you need to jack up a car, do. Just get under a corner and lift.
Yeah. I mean, it might help to have a little bit of padding on the top of your thigh knee area, but other than that, you're Gucci.
As long as it's the rear, it's so easy. There's no weight back there.
Oh, I never really thought of it that way.
Well, depends. If it's a Porsche, you want the front.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. If it's a Porsche, you want to probably leave, though.
Yeah, if it's a Porsche and you're capable of being able to use your legs as a jack, you probably can't fit in the Porsche.
Yeah, my sister-in-law has.
Maybe.
What car does she have? Can someone list the not the below the Porsche level, but still kind of fancy car brands?
Audi.
Audi. Thank you. She has an Audi.
Let's go.
Huh? Yeah, first go. And I burped. I burped as you said it. And we were coming back. Went to visit her in Florida. And coming back from the airport, she picked
And
us up
didn't even stop to say hello. What a fucking guy.
I mean, I didn't know you, and we were on the Panhandle, but it's all good. But yeah, I couldn't even sit up straight in her car.
That does sound like a you thing, though.
Rick and I share the good comedy of the fact that large men like ourselves both subsist in the same vehicle, in the same year of vehicle, which is freakish.
Oh, that is interesting.
Yes.
What year is that?
A 2013 Ford Focus.
Oh, well, we have a 2009 Honda Civic. So we're like out vintaging you guys. Who the fuck needs a new? I mean, I
am running my car into the ground. I'm not buying a new car until this one ceases to be.
Does your wife agree with this proposal?
My wife does not drive. She only cares for function, not form or aesthetics. That's why she likes me.
Nice.
I'm not aesthetics or form. I'm all function.
And boy, do you function, right?
Precisely.
I was loading up the Google Drive to do something just now, and I noticed there was a folder in it called shit ass. And I was like, well, that's fucking weird. And I opened it, and I realized that it was from my genealogy work, because I speak basic Slovak, and it was from the Matrika. You probably know what a Matrika is if you're Greek Catholic, right?
Yeah, no, Greek Orthodox.
Yeah.
From matriculation.
Yeah, the book that they note everything in.
Yeah.
This guy, the literal translation of his cause of death, and I was confused for the longest time, was shit ass. So I thought that the priest just really didn't like the guy. It turns out that if you read it and know what you're talking about, it's like an infection of the lungs. So my hypothesis
yes, shit ass. Totally an infection of the lungs.
My great
great disconnection.
Yep.
The storm finally got him.
Did I disconnect, guys?
Yeah,
No.
The storm finally got you.
Oh wow. I don't even know what's going on. This house is eerily quiet.
The screams have finally died down.
Yeah. I don't know. Might go.
I think I'm good for the rest of the day. Yeah, probably. Fucking shit. Nice. ChatGPT, bitch. Does this really end in a comma split? Or do I have to input it twice? Comma splice twice, that rhyme. It's quite a simple rhyme, though. Yes, it does end in a comma split. Okay. Interesting. Do you use comma splices, Halzer, Rick?
So what?
Do you ever use a comma splice?
I don't know what that is, I'm afraid.
It is when you end a sentence on a, I don't know, English grammar formally. I only know it in French, but it's a problematic thing.
I'm problematic.
Can you
Shit, I'm so
provide an
problematic
example?
that I'm probably a problematic.
Oh. ChatGPT is giving me an output that's too long. Is my vape pen out of battery too? Because that would. Right now there's sunflower seeds in the charger. Nope.
I'm just sad because I put my washing machine on the wrong program today for the laundry.
Oh,
And
no.
now I'm going to put the clothes in the dryer when the electricity rates are going to be 37 cents per kilowatt instead of 24 cents per kilowatt. And that makes me sad.
Do you dynamically measure this by actually looking
Yeah,
at?
'cause I have solar on my house, so it's time
Oh,
based.
do you have
Stuff.
solar because of where you are, or because you chose to have solar?
Because I chose to put it on my roof in order to significantly lower my energy rates. It was an economic choice.
Okay, and it makes
the-
sense because it's sunny in Australia.
The essential ROI I'll get on the panel install is something like 157%
Oh wow! Over how long?
over 10 years.
That's really not bad.
Yeah, and that will only go up as energy prices increase.
Yeah.
I will consume most of the energy I generate instead of exporting it.
Australia has to import.
Oh, no. In terms of, we don't have to import any energy. It's just that our infrastructure is set up to favor. How do I say this? What's the phrase?
Renewable.
Other than fucking over the citizenry, privatizing the profits but socializing the losses.
Ah, yes. Mm-hmm. Makes 100 sense.
But no, I've got a really cool app on my phone that connects to my solar array and my solar system, and it tells me exactly how much power is being generated at any given moment, how much I'm consuming
Really cool.
at any given moment across the house. Not like outlet by outlet, just it has a sense on the main cable. And today I produced 6.6 kilowatts of energy. It's a very cloudy day today. I've consumed 6.4 kilowatts of energy, and I have exported 3 kilowatts of energy, which means from the grid I have brought in 2.9 kilowatts of energy.
Why
So
would
you
you
get-
export it? Because you don't have a big enough battery to store it?
I don't have any battery.
Oh,
Batteries are incredibly cost prohibitive here.
really?
In fact, it would be much more economical for me to buy a Nissan Leaf, which is Nissan's shitty little electric car,
Yeah.
which has a 60 kilowatt battery in there, and probably costs about 68 grand Australian. Grand being 1,000. I don't know if that is also used in Canada town.
Very much.
Um,
We also call them Ks.
yes, we do too. You could then buy a two-way charger that allows your car battery to be used as a home battery for about 10 grand. So you're at 78 grand for 60 kilowatts of power that is also a car versus paying 60 grand for 60 kilowatts of battery.
That is
For your
also
home.
not a car.
That is also not a car.
That seems like a very strange use case.
Yeah. I think the better option would be the Mitsubishi plug-in hybrids that have a 14 kilowatt battery. They also support this bidirectional charging. But the reality is I would probably only need about a 5 kilowatt battery, given my overnight and evening power usage, to never need power from the grid. However, my property footprint is quite small, so I don't exactly have the physical real estate in which to
What's
place
your property
it.
footprint?
My property is a unit,
Fuck.
so it's a standalone, no shed walls, but my yard is about 3 meters away from my back wall before there is a fence.
Oh,
Then at the other side of my house, I have a pergola or veranda, depending on what you wish to call it,
we have a
Um,
pergola in the back as well.
and a tiny shed. And I could put the battery in the carport, but then I'd have nowhere to put the car.
Why do you have a carpet? Those things never made sense to me.
It's quite enclosed, mine,
Okay, but why not a garage?
because then they would have had to have built 2 more walls.
Oh, was your house a custom build?
No.
Hmm.
It's in a group of 10 that are basically identical to each other.
Mm-hmm.
They're on
Oh, it's
like
a subdivision.
yeah, it's a subdivision, but there's no shed walls. So there's like a body corporate that looks after the shared driveway and the shared gardens and all that stuff.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. That makes complete sense.
I just so happen to be the chairman of this body corporate.
Oh boy, you're the chairman of the fucking, god damn it, the, what is it called?
HOA.
HOA, you guys. Yeah.
One of the conditions of buying a house with Meredith was we would not have a fucking HOA.
I mean, it's all right here because there's no shared walls. It's basically just 10 little houses, each 2-bedroom. Like all of them are either identical or just mirror images of the other. And the only thing that's really shared is the driveway,
That's not my issue, mate.
the letterboxes,
Yeah, sure.
and the sewer and stormwater. Everything else is like, it's yours. Do whatever the hell you want.
My issue with HOA is they're very fucking arbitrary rules.
We don't have any bullshit. We don't have any bullshit like that in Australia for the most part.
Really?
Like I know in the States and Canada, it's things like, oh, you must have cars that are only silver or white or black,
No.
and no rumbly exhausts or Harley Davidson motorcycles.
My wife, when she was growing up, her subdivision
No benches.
had a rule whereby they were not allowed to have a rollout basketball net in their driveway to just shoot hoops. Not permanent.
Sounds really tragic.
Yeah.
And it's not your cars necessarily that have to be silver or black or white. It's your trash cans that have to match.
Yeah.
See, here we just have unified trash cans. Like every house has the same wheelie bin. We call them
Yeah,
wheelie
we
bins.
do too. We have 3 wheelie bins.
So do
One for
we. We
trash.
have one for recycling and one for green organic waste.
Yeah, compost. Yep. Yep. The green is for the
My
green organic waste.
compost goes in the backyard in my compost pile.
That's funny. I bought my wife a compost bin one year for her birthday because she wanted one. It's only ever had stuff go in it. It's never had anything come out of it.
That's funny.
Yeah. That's pretty much how compost goes. She's like, is it ready to take stuff out of? I was like, that's not what compost is for, honey.
And I'm like, did you want to maybe fertilize some of our plants with that? No. So by the base of our orange tree is a compost bin.
I'm not gonna make it, guys. I'm gonna leave y'all connected. Do your thing. But I'm passing out.
Do you think
Okay.
you have the right to sleep?
Huh?
Do you really think you have the right to go to sleep?
No, but I damn sure have the left to sleep.
Good night, Ricardo. I mean,
Yes. Good night, Spanish Ricardo.
The Spanish Ricardo. Y'all have a good
Sorry.
one. And as always, to the audience, thank you so much for hanging. I've been Rick. You've been on the mountain. It has been a wonderful time, and I will see you again tonight in about 22 hours and 16 minutes, give or take.